Hey, how's it going? Hans Schaff here with GoTinyBeFree, and I'm here at the cottages at Pine Lake here in December 2024. And as you can see, we've got the Christmas lights going. We got the reindeer out. We've got several houses lined up here with a brand new fence for the Airbnb section, as you can kind of see. And just going to give you a little tour update, kind of show you kind of where the property's at right now, kind of what things look like, and kind of just give you some updates on what the projects that we're working on and just what's been going on here. So first of all, Merry Christmas. We've got about a week away till Christmas. We've got 3 new residents coming in the next 7 days, so very exciting. They're gonna be able to see their homes delivered, installed, set up, and ready to go for them for the first time here within this next week, all 3 of them, so real excited. Right now our count is, we got 13 people here living on site currently with 4 homes in the front for Airbnb. And one of those new residents who's coming is gonna be actually here working on his Airbnb over his Christmas vacation. He's actually coming in from overseas where he currently works, and he'll be using that, part-time, and then he's going to be renting it out in the meantime while he's gone working overseas. So it's a pretty neat story to be able to have an Airbnb from around the world, have a tiny house here, and be able to live in another country. And so it's pretty cool. We're excited to be able to facilitate that for him and help him to be able to produce a little passive income while he's over there working. And this house can be working for him while he's gone. So here in the background, you can kind of see we've got the 4 tiny house Airbnbs. You got an in-credit cottage in the front, a 10x20. You got the 8x24 RJO, another 8x24 RJO next to that, and then you've got 2 8x20 in-credit boxes put together, kind of staggered like this. The Peace Haven, which is Jim Cook's Airbnb, and that home is currently available to be able to rent on a soft launch, pre-launch basis, which means we're going to get discounted pricing and subject to availability. But if you're interested in that, we're going to walk by here and get you a closer look. If you haven't seen that video, you can click here. I'll have a little link somewhere on this page. We can kind of watch that video and get more details if you want to see get a tour of that tiny house. But we'll walk by just kind of briefly to show you. But anyway, email me, support@GoTinyBeFree.com. I'd be happy to put you in touch with Jim to kind of get his contact information and be able to see what those discounted rates are like right now, as we're still kind of developing things and kind of getting things smoothed out and tweaked before we launch and go live with the Airbnbs on this property. So some pretty cool discount pricing there for the end of 2024. But before I get into the updates and kind of do your little walking tour of the property, you may be asking, if you're new to this channel, let me do a little quick recap and let you know kind of what is it you're looking at here. What is this? What are we doing? What are we talking about? This is a tiny house community that we are developing that was an old, overgrown petting zoo. We've rehabilitated the property over the last year or so after we purchased the property. We've got a 2-acre lake here on the property as well, on the 7-acre piece of property that we are rehabilitating and filling back up. It was overgrown. It had just all sorts of stuff in there, and actually it was down to almost a puddle when we first bought it. Currently on site, we have 17 tiny homes on this property, and those homes are all individually owned by residents. Some of them are Airbnbs, like you could say, where they don't live in here full time, and then the other remaining 13 are actually people who live here full time, have bought their own tiny houses, and we simply are renting the lot for them and developing this property and all the amenities for them to enjoy and to live at and live their best life. Going tiny, being free. Right now, we got 2 different kinds of lots. We've got forest lots, which there are 10 homes there in the forest, and we'll walk by and kind of show you the 7 that we have currently on site. The other 3 are just waiting for their homes to be built by the builder, and then as soon as those homes arrive, we will put them in place for them. We level the home, we block it up, we connect the utilities to it, put the stairs to it, and basically get the home all set up and ready, so when the resident shows up, they can walk up the stairs, open the door, turn on the light, flush the toilet, run the sink, and be able to fully live in this home. Obviously got to add a bed and things like that, but the home is ready for them to go ahead and live in and decorate depending on what kind of house that they bought. But everything will be hooked up, water, power, sewer. We also provide the trash services as well. We also have internet that is included. We've got fiber internet service here delivered to the property, 1 gig service. So we've got Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi for all the residents here on the property. So no matter where you're at, you've got one network that you can tap into, and you can use your devices, you can stream video, you can play games, you can do whatever you want to do on your phone, all provided for you with your lot rent. All right, let's start walking. So we're walking around from the west side of the property right now, and I'm going to take you around here through the gate. This is a little walking trail. We're going to have a little dock on the lake as well, so people can kind of go out on the dock and fish or jump on a paddle boat or a kayak or a canoe or something. It's really neat. I've been out there on the water, and it's so peaceful in the summer there to be just kind of pedaling around. We've got turtles in there, we got fish in there, we get cranes that come and visit, and it's just really neat. So we're walking around. This is the front of the property, the public part of the property where the Airbnbs are. There's going to be a walking trail through here. And as you can see, we just put in this fence. Let me get a better view here. Okay, so here we are at the front of the property. This is the public part of the property, the Airbnbs and all. As you can see, and depending on the last video that you saw, we now have a parking area right here in the front. We've changed the plan a little bit. We were going to have a road kind of go right through there, but we decided it's a waste of space. Why not just have the parking lot here and we can save that space and use that more for landscaping purposes. You know, each tiny home resident who's renting these out on Airbnb, they're going to decorate their home and landscape it, different ways. May have a little Zen garden out front, may have a little water feature, maybe a little patio or a deck. So, maybe a hammock or something. So each home's going to have something a little bit unique and a little bit different to them. But we are going to have some kind of a walking path through here. So you'll be able to kind of walk through there and just, kind of meander around this area. We're going to have some raised garden beds in here as well. So we're going to have fresh vegetables in the property. This is the sunniest part of the property right here in the front. So we want to kind of utilize that space. There was always the plan to put some kind of a garden beds in here. So, I imagine seeing some peppers and tomatoes, maybe some watermelons or pumpkins, all sorts of, some flowers, things like that. And in the front of this fence, we're going to be having, some shrubs and some different greenery and things, and it'll be nicely lit up as well. So as you pull into the property, the first thing you'll see is this fence and with the homes behind it. So we really want to make that first impression that people see when they come and visit the property. We want it to be a good one, obviously. So we're working hard to try and make this, as beautiful as we can here in the front. And we're gonna leave it beyond that fence, pretty much up to the lot, the lot leaser with their tiny home, to kind of let them kind of more or less, decorate and furnish it kind of how they want and kind of incorporate that. So they'll, each home will have their own little 4-foot wide walking space right here. So you'll be able to park your car. There'll be signs, for the Incredible Cottage. There'll be 2 signs right here, parking, so they know exactly where to park. You get your suitcases and you walk out. You walk right through the opening right here and onto the trail and onto the path directly to the Incredible Cottage right here. And then each home as well is going to have their own little path as well, their own parking spots as well, and their own parking signs and things. And it's going to be real neat. We've got the gravel driveway where I'm standing right now. Each home, I expect people will be kind of doing some different things. Might be a little patio out there, might be a porch swing, might be a hammock. Maybe a little garden, a little water fountain. Everyone's going to have different ideas, but each tiny house Airbnb is going to have its own little unique experience. So you're here at the Incredible Cottage, you're going to have the experience of kind of having a, the one room in the back with the kitchen in the front, and you've got a nice bay window on that one. Then you've got a 24-foot RJO there. You've got a loft. You've got the bay window in the back of that one as well, but it's a little bit different space, and that'll be a whole different theme as compared to the Incredible Cottage here. And then you've got another 24-foot RJO over there, and that one again is going to have a Japandi theme, which I'm excited. It's kind of a mix between, Japanese and Scandinavian. So it's going to be it's a very minimalist, kind of perfect for a tiny house look. So that's going to have that effect on there. So that's going to be real neat to see that one. All right, so let me go ahead and walk along here. And obviously you notice this fence is new. We just put in this, it's about 2.5 feet tall or so. And it's got we put that little rail on top to kind of make it a little more decorative. So it's a little more finished looking. That finish of that fence still needs to be stained and some more work done to it, but kind of give you an idea. That's going to be the Japandi tiny home themed tiny home. And of course you got the Peace Haven. This is the home that is currently available. So reach out to me, support@GoTinyBeFree.com. I can get you details on the discount pricing that we're offering right now with this home, because it is kind of the pre-launch, soft launch phase. I'll get you more details on that. And I'll put a video link here so you can kind of get more details if you didn't get to see the tour of this tiny house on the inside that we did, the tour video we did a couple weeks ago. I will link to that, so you can kind of just go ahead and click on that. So you've got a 1-bedroom in the back and a separate living room in the front, 2 bathrooms, and this really cool deck that wraps all the way around. It's got the Christmas lights on the back deck here now too. And you got the lake there in the distance, and you can kind of see the other private tiny homes there kind of in the back. So it's a real cool little space. Again, you can see the full tour of the inside of this home. In fact, I'll probably put a link on it for you here. But this is the Peace Haven. So this is one of 4 tiny homes on the property that currently will be at Airbnb. Like I say, we've got 1 or 2 more coming. Always keep on walking. Well, it gives you a good idea what's going on. All right, and then here is the fence that separates the long-term part of the property from the Airbnbs here in the front. There's going to be a sliding gate here. It's a 20-foot wide opening here. got to work on this road before we can do that, but there will be a gate there. We've got a new light up there as well on this larger fence that kind of helps illuminate this entire area, so it's real nice and safe at night, and also makes it a little easier to see as you're driving in and out of the property. I've also got a security camera out there too, so we kind of see who's coming and going as well. Just again, for people's kind of peace of mind, it's recorded 24 hours, all events are recorded. And then there's gonna be a nice sign right here for the property. On those, between those two panels right there, where you see that private drive sign, there's gonna be some landscaping down below, some mulch, and you're gonna have some nice shrubs in there, and a nice sign that says, "Welcome to the Cottages of Pine Lake, your private residence area," and can let people know where they're at. All right, you can see the signs, private drive, residence only. And we are now in the private part of the property. There's still some of the remnants of the petting zoo over there in the corner. That's where the not the petting zoo, I'm sorry, the dog parks are gonna be. We've got one larger dog park for where the dogs can kind of socialize and play, the ones who, you know, are good with that. And then the smaller dogs or dogs that kind of need their own space, we're gonna have a smaller dog park where you can kind of have one dog at a time go through. So you can have, you know, either option for you. We're working on that currently. Here's another view kind of the lake. We've got these lots are spoken for. There's one lot left right here. All right, in this space right here, you've probably seen in a previous video, I was talking with Jim Cook and we talked about putting in like a little tiny shanty, some kind of a, you know, made of salvage parts and leftover materials, just kind of like a little shack where you can kind of go and hang out, maybe have a drink, have a cocktail, or just kind of, you know, sit down and kind of enjoy the lake behind, and just a nice place to kind of congregate. There may be a hot tub right here as well in this space. I think there'd be a good spot for it as well, right on the lake. So these are future developments, future projects we're working on. These culverts that are here are going to be going into the ground here to extend the culvert that's going underneath the road, so we can, it's kind of been all eroded right through here, so we're going to finish that off and get these culverts in the ground there, extend it all the way to the lake, and then be able to cover this all over and have a nice area here that's more complete. All right, and we are now walking down the east side of the property here, and we got phase 1 here on the right. Phase 3 will be in here later on. We expect to start phase 3 later this late spring or summer perhaps. So that's tentative, but that's where phase 3 will be in the forest there, forest lots. These lots here on the left, as you can kind of see, are future phase 2 lots as well. Some of the last lake lots we'll be offering. Again, if you want details on how you can get a lot, email me, support@GoTinyBeFree.com. I can get you all the details on how all that works. And again, lot rent is $300 per month with $15,000 key money. Okay, and we've got the Charleston there on the left, a 10 by 30 tiny home by Incredible Tiny Homes. All right, I'll give you a little glimpse here of the north side of the property and kind of some of the changes that have been taking place here over the last few weeks and months since we got the last full update video out. It was just me. I know Jim and I have done a video here, but if you missed one of those, here's where we're at currently here in early December. You've got the greenhouse there on the end, and then you've got a really nice solar package there on that home there. It gets a little bit of sun to get those solar panels working and generating some power for her to kind of help her reduce her electric bill, which, you know, in a tiny house is not really much anyways, but you know, every little bit counts. So it's nice having a system like that, which gives them some reserve power in case the power ever does go out. And it also, like I said, keeps their electricity bill down. So those are some of the newest residents there on the property there in lot 36 next to that greenhouse. Then you've got the beautiful house there, the black one with the big deck. And a lot of people love that deck because it just really, you know, creates such more open space for her to really live out. And she's got it covered and screened in as well, so keep out any bugs in the months where we don't have the dragonflies out here eating up all the mosquitoes. When you'd be surprised, even with the lake, we do have very few mosquitoes due to all the dragonflies we have out here. So we love our dragonflies. And then you've got another house here. There in the front is an 8x20 RJO from Incredible Tiny Homes. And then we've got another 2 lots there between this beautiful Charleston home from Incredible Tiny Homes built by the Amish. So there's 2 lots there between the trees there, kind of going around the northeast corner. And those homes will be coming here in a few months' time once they're finished from ITH. And those are both, I believe, going to be 8x24 RJOs. And this right here, she's actually expanded her deck, beautiful deck right here. And in the afternoon, she gets some great sun coming coming across from the west side from the sky, and so this deck, it's lit up in the afternoon. It's beautiful, and it's a great spot for sunsets, and some social activities happen here in the evening sometimes. And she's got some steps down here on the left, and then she's got a nice ramp there on the right. And this is again on the northeast side of the property here. Kind of just go around the corner here and show you a little bit of phase 1 too, so you can kind of see the updates over there. And there on the right, you can kind of see the future clubhouse there. It's also going to be a laundromat right there as well. We're going to be working on that project here as well. And then this is the road that goes on to the 4 homes in the second half of phase 1. And then you've got the first 5 homes there in phase 1. And they look so cool right there. Those homes are a little closer together. Those lots were much cheaper because they were the early bird special, and the lots were just smaller, just based on where the trees were located, how much space we had in there. But it's a really neat spot. You've got these neighbors who are real close together that can help each other out, and you know your neighbors right there, and it's just a really neat illustration of what tiny house living can be like. Now, the other lots on the property are further spaced apart, different angles. Again, we tried to really work with the way that the land was laid out, where the trees were at, to make the most of the space, and also kind of keep it as natural as possible, which is not an easy task. Now, these are the very first homes that we did here, the very first phase. These people got in early. They got a special deal. It was $10,000 for these lots, the cheapest that we're ever going to offer a lot here at the property. Really was underpriced. We want to get these people in, and for kind of being the early birds, they got a great deal. So these homes are a little bit closer together than the rest of homes on the property because they did get it for a good price. That's how we were able to kind of make that work. So anyway, phase 1, here we go. There's 5 homes in here. The 6th one has not arrived yet. And I just want to kind of show you a little update here. We've got this brand new home that came in, one of the most recent homes that came in, and look at this beautiful deck she's got screened in, and really double the size of it. Looks like twice the size of a house right now. And you got the home there in the back corner. She's got that whole back area there to herself. And then you got the rest of phase 1 over there behind this building over here to the left, which is going to be the community clubhouse here as we get these lots developed further. And that's lots 7, 8, 9, and 10 over there where that greenhouse is. And there you have the lake. Oh, I also should point out this awesome view. If you're new to this, we got the cows. Let's see if they're awake and stirring. Everybody loves the cows. They're little young heifers, so they're very active. But perhaps they don't like this weather. But you got the hills there in the background as well, little community grill. And again, this is a construction project, so you see some old stairs over there, and some mud in places and all, and some things that we're cleaning up here and there. I'll walk down here. We got another fence going in here by the tank. We've got another smaller fence going in down there. These 2 homes have not arrived yet for these lots here. You got the cows. There they are. Very friendly. Very funny to watch. Got some work projects going on here. These windows are being framed up, looking good. This is the home you'll be getting a tour of coming this Friday. Stay tuned to this channel. We'll be filming Friday with Christmas decorations and all. Everyone's been waiting to see the reveal for this home. That'll be coming soon. And we got 36 and 37 down here, an 8x24 RJO. Got a 10x20 in Credit Cottage that's been trimmed out real nice and painted with a special green, kind of a forest green, it's a really beautiful color. A lot of people are loving it. really good here. So this resident will be here in a few days, next week someday, and continuing to, he's got some really neat custom shutters he's going to be putting up on his home, and a wooden chandelier. I'm really excited to kind of see what he does to further customize and make this home his own. This again is an 8x24 RJO. A lot of the homes here are from Incredible Tiny Homes. And there you've got, this is also an 8x24. Again, more details will be coming on that home and tour in the near future. Another 8x24 RJO with no loft. I got Francisco working over here. Always got things going on the property here. Never a dull moment. And there's phase one again. So there you have it. Here's where we're at. So here we are in the other half of phase one by the fire pit area, and got a nice view here of the lake. Of course, there will be homes there on the lake in front of you, but you will be able to see the sunset there in the distance. And it's just rained a whole bunch here, so you know, property's a little wet, a little soggy today. Of course, we are approaching the official start of winter, and we're finally getting this rain to help fill the lake back up. Here's our little fire pit. It's neat seeing the residents using this the other day. Love just seeing everybody kind of come together and socialize and having a good time. All right, well, with that, this has been Hans Schaff with GoTinyBeFree at the cottages at Pine Lake. And again, if you're interested in getting a lot, we have a few that are available right now that are remaining. Email me, support@GoTinyBeFree.com. Be happy to get you all the details on how that all works. There is a special process. We have it's a membership type program here on how we operate, and we kind of work in partnership to develop this property together. So it's a really neat concept, and you benefit from some really cheap rent on the backside of it. So you know, really hard to beat $300 a month plus utilities. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's a little update. We'll be doing a lot more videos here with some different content, different projects that we're working on, and some more tiny house tours, and a lot of just neat things. We continue to develop and work on this property every single week, and there's always new things going on, and so it's hard to capture it all on film, but I'm going to try and do a little better to be able to update you guys on a more regular basis, so you can kind of see all the progress and all the things that are happening here on this property. That's just such a peaceful, beautiful property here with these beautiful 75-foot pine trees all around us, and the forest here. You got this nice opening here that we cleaned out so you can actually see the lake behind it, and tiny houses skirted all around, and just a beautiful place to be, to live. Go tiny, be free. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Don't forget to like this video. Let me know if you like this, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos and content about what's going on here at the cottages of Pine Lake, like when the next Airbnbs will be ready and live. Take care.